Hello and welcome. My name is Chris Shelton, coming to you from San Jose, California, the heart of Silicon Valley, at our center, the Morning Crane Healing Arts Center in downtown Willow Glen. Today what I thought I'd talk about is the DIY Home Remedies Guide to Health, Happiness, and Healing Transformations. When we look at the body, there's a lot of different dysfunctions that come about, and one of the things that happens to a lot of us that we don't really talk about is mid-back pain. I'm talking about pain in the midsection in the thoracic spine area. And a lot of times we think, okay, well, I have a rib out, I have shortness of breath, I have pain there. Whenever I go to lift up my arm, I go to roll out of bed, or I go to lift something, I feel pain up in here. So I need to go get an adjustment done to help to pop that rib back into place. And I don't know about you, but I've had this happen to me before in the past where I thought a rib was out. I went to see my good friend and she popped that rib back in, and guess what? The rib popped out again, or at least I thought it did. What I realized over the years was that, well, yes, the rib could actually pop out, and then have an adjustment is fantastic for being able to reset that. But if it keeps on popping out, then we have to look at what's going on internally inside the body. What is actually causing what may appear as rib pain or a rib being out of place, when in actuality it's an internal organ. And guess what the internal organ is? That pesky liver. And well, it's not a pesky liver, it just gets to a place to where, you know what, it says, you know, I love to process toxins, I love to take in the toxins, I like to, you know, clear it out of the system, but at a certain point, when we have environmental toxins, when we have food toxins, and then we have emotional toxins of anger, frustration, rage, and resentment, guess what? This will cause this liver, blood, and qi to become congested. Sometimes some of the precursors to let you know that the liver is out of balance ahead of time is you may have pain in here, which is called the hypochondrium region. This region here may be stuck or feel tight. This is called the epigastric region. Or we may have pain on our side here. This is called the lateral costal region of the body. And so these areas of the body, when we have pain in there, then we want to really pay attention. Now, if the pain continues, you have pain in these areas, then you should probably go see your physician, make sure that there's nothing else going on, have a complete blood workup done just to make sure there's nothing else happening inside there. But chances are they're not going to find anything. But in Chinese medicine, when we look at diagnosing or assessment, then what happens is that we go ahead and look at, okay, well, what does the tongue look like? What are some of the other symptoms? And why is there pain in this region to begin with? So a lot of times when the liver gets out of balance, the qi in the blood gets congested. And we could have symptoms like migraines, eye floaters, menstrual problems, cramping, clotting, etc., being moody. Let's see, what else? Depression, neurological problems, you know, facial neuralgia, those types of issues. Tendon and ligament issues could also be some of the precursors or some of the warning signs. Digestive issues, diarrhea could be, or constipation could be a sign that this liver is out of balance. So if you're having those symptoms, or have been having those symptoms, and all of a sudden one day you wake up, or you go to reach for something up high, or you go to bend over, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I have this pain in the back of my rib here, then that's the liver knocking on your back door saying, listen to me, we need to do some Qigong, because you're obviously under a lot of stress, and this stress that's been going on, and or you have a lot of resentment or some resentment towards a person, a situation, an institution, etc. And as a result of that, the liver qi actually gets stuck and actually will expand. This is what creates the shortness of breath, and this is what creates the pain. So in my new book, the DIY Home Remedies book on back problems, what we're talking about the lower lumbar, the thoracic spine, for which I'm talking about right now, and also the cervical spine. And the thoracic spine, a lot of times we don't really take a look at that. Most patients that come in, they actually will talk about having lower lumbar issues. We will be doing a video on this later on, and also the cervical issues. We just did one on neck and shoulder pain. And so this thoracic area back here, this area, when it gets congested, it gets stuck. This is what creates the pain. And again, it's when this liver gets out of balance. And we're getting ready to come out of the winter months into the spring. And the springtime is when the liver is most prone to disease. So if you notice that all of a sudden you have allergies during the springtime, if you notice that you have mid-back pain during this time of the year, then again, that's that liver knocking on your back door saying, okay, listen to me, there's something going on and I'm at my capacity and I need to do something. So what can we do to help to soothe the liver? Well, one of the best things you can do every single day, you can start off with a 4-ounce glass of hot water, a full lemon or lime, and a half a teaspoon of coconut oil. This will help to kickstart the digestion with the liver and the gallbladder for the day. But one of the other things that you could do as well is you could drink chamomile tea. But actually what's better than chamomile tea is chrysanthemum tea. So you could actually go online, probably on Amazon, and order chrysanthemum flowers, or go to your local herbalist and see a little with those little tea balls, put the chrysanthemum flowers, steep it for about 10 or 15 minutes. If you have some nabat, some rock sugar, sometimes that actually tastes really good as well too, to put in there. And rock sugar or nabat is a different energetic property than regular sugar. So a lot of times, for example, if we have somebody who has chronic diarrhea, we will recommend them having chrysanthemum tea with some nabat or rock sugar to help to stop the diarrhea, believe it or not. So chrysanthemum flowers are fantastic. You don't have to put anything in with it, but chrysanthemum flowers help to have this gentle cleansing effect for the body. Burdock root is really good. What else is good? Shiitake, reishi mushrooms are fantastic for cleansing the liver, and if you can't buy or find shiitake or reishi mushrooms, a lot of times you can buy them dried. Then they actually will sell them in the herbal formulas that you can actually take, whether it's a tincture or it's a herb pill. And you go ahead and take those. This will also help to gently detoxify the liver and the gallbladder. What else can we do? Well, we can avoid foods that are greasy, fatty, and fried. The gallbladder does not like greasy, fatty, fried foods and lots of fat. So cut out the unhealthy fats like the animal fats. You can add more of your healthy fats like avocado, ghee, and coconut oil. Those things are fantastic. But like animal fat, if you're having a ribeye, which is a very fatty steak, obviously that meat or that fat does not sit well with the body. So greasy, fatty, fried foods also irritate the liver and the gallbladder. Also will cause this liver to expand and then create this mid-back pain, or what feels like as though you have a rib out. Also too, again, the emotions, stress, chronic stress, irritation, frustration, resentment, old angers, not expressing your truth, not standing up and speaking your truth, because it seems like more and more nowadays people want to project their paradigm, their world view onto people. So my recommendation is speak up, stand your truth, hold on to what you feel is correct and what is in alignment for you. This also will help to decongest the liver. We could also do the liver sound, which is the sound of shoo, like shouting. So the way that we would do this is we go ahead and inhale. Imagine a green cloud filling up into the right side of the body. We could actually place our hands here if we want to. And exhale. Shoo. Inhaling. Shoo. And as you're shooing, imagine the circumstance leaving like a dark cloud, going several feet away from the body and deep into the ground, allowing for the positive virtue of kindness and acceptance to come in and creativity to come in its place. Now, if you're in public and somebody irritates you, gets a little road rage on you or something, or you get a nasty phone call, then what you do is you could actually do the sound underneath your breath, which I feel is very effective. Sometimes is even more effective. So you just inhale. Shoo. And as you make that shoo sound, once again, you just imagine it leaving whatever the circumstance is, like a dark cloud, going several feet away from the body and deep into the ground. Now, the liver move is like this. So we're going to inhale in the center. Exhales, we push, and then we pull back, again, elongating that lateral costal region of the body. And if you're paying attention to my shirt here, yes, the struggle is real. So this movement is for those struggles. I feel you. So we're going to inhale. Imagine that green cloud filling up into the right side of the body. As you exhale, allow for that anger and that resentment to leave like a dark cloud. You could actually imagine if you have pain in that mid-back region and it feels like the rib is out, you could actually pull that green cloud into that area where you feel the pain. And then as you exhale, allow for that pain to leave out the hands or out through the bottom of the feet like a dark cloud going several feet away from the body and deep into the ground. Then we just finish up here by pulling down the heavens 3 times. Inhale and exhale. Okay, So here you go, wrapping up another DIY home remedies for you to be able to be the best person that you could possibly be, talking about mid-back pain and talking about how this liver, when it gets out of balance, can actually create the mid-back pain and can actually cause the rib to pop out. Now true, the kidneys could also sometimes play a role in this too. So if your bones are weak, this could also be as a result of the kidney, there being a kidney deficiency. But 9 times out of 10, when I see my patients in clinic here in San Jose and in Los Angeles, if they come in complaining of mid-back problems, a lot of times it has to do with this darn liver just being too congested. And just as a reminder, as a refresher from the beginning of this video here, we're coming into the spring months, and during the springtime the liver is more prone to disease, so you may find that you have seasonal allergies or other symptoms of liver imbalances, and you may notice that you have more of this mid-back pain, or you may notice that the rib pops out more than other times of the year. So to wrap up here, I gave you a few different remedies that you can actually apply right away. Hot water lemon with coconut oil, shiitake reishi mushrooms, you could go ahead and utilize those, chrysanthemum tea, burdock root, as well as dandelion. I didn't say that earlier, but dandelion tea is also very good. Avoiding foods that are greasy, fatty, fried, too much fats, things that are excessively greasy and spicy as well too. Also sugar could also disrupt, or excessive amounts of sugar could actually disrupt the function of the liver and the gallbladder as well. Looking at the emotions, what is your emotional environment like? Are you holding on to old anger and resentments? Are you getting irritated easily? So if you are getting irritated easily, if you are blowing up and getting frustrated really easily, this is also a sign that this liver is out of balance. In my book, Qigong for Self-Refinement, Total Health with the 5 Elements, click on the link below and get your free copy. And please share this information with your friends and family. We turn out these videos once a week to allow you to become the best person that you could possibly be, as well as educate you how the body functions in conjunction with our food, our emotions, and environment. And so until next time, I'm Chris Shelton, signing off from the Morning Crane Healing Arts Center in beautiful San Jose, California. Until next time, I will chi you later.